Hi all, Sean, Victorian Piper. It's been a busy week for me this week. Just grabbing 10 minutes in between meetings and various other things that are kicking off at the minute. But there are a number of gores on at the minute which require VRs. So apologies to all of you that I'm going to do a VR to, but I'm going to do them all in one bunch. Saves me a bit of time in editing and all the rest of it. So don't think I don't appreciate you or your achievements or your sort of gore stuff any less, but it's just easier for me this week. Yeah, time crunch for sure. So let's grab my first bit of paper. So I've got a load of notes on here just to remind me. So the first one is to Aussie E-Piper, Mick. Congratulations on your 500 subs. And he asks, what do we do to keep others and ourselves safe at work? Now, for my day job, this is my work environment. I work at home. My wife is upstairs, also doing the same thing. She's working from home. So what do we do to keep each other safe? Well, there's not really much we need to do. It's our own home. As long as we don't do anything stupid, like putting fingers in sockets. And my good lady has far more intelligence than to do that. So we don't really have to worry about that. But in that Victorian environment, the Victorian town, completely different, especially when you consider what I do as a steam engine operator, as do obviously my steam colleagues. You've seen some of the videos we've done with those engines. There are lots of moving parts, especially with the Trevithick locomotive, because obviously that actually moves along a section of track. Huge, great gears and wheels. So to keep ourselves safe, it's in here. It's all very much being conscious of your environment, conscious of what's going on around you, and conscious of what the machine is capable of. In terms of keeping others safe, it's if you're not operating the machine and one of my colleagues is, or even my daughter does attend with me occasionally, it's very much about, not switching off. You've got to be sort of on the ball all the time, keeping an eye on what you're doing and definitely what other people are doing. So there's nothing specific other than being very sort of safety conscious. It's very, very easy to get hurt operating those things. So hopefully that answers your question. So next one is for Armchair Piper Ed. So Ed, it's his first YTPC anniversary. I had mine not too long ago, so congratulations, Ed. I quite enjoyed the fact I'd done a full year on in this wonderful community. I'm sure you do the same. And Ed asks, what's our typical sort of pipe smoking day? Now, again, it's a bit boring, I'm afraid. I only generally smoke one bowl a day. And on a normal weekday like today, where I'm just sat at home in the home office, I'll generally smoke a pipe. Around lunchtime, you saw more often sort of early afternoon. When I get a break, like I say in those meetings, I can just stop for an hour, enjoy a bowl, and carry on. I don't actually very often then have one in the evening. Tend to be watching telly with the family or doing something else, so don't often. Weekends are different, completely different in fact, in that I tend to get up. I get up early every day, but I'll get up, come downstairs, have a bit of breakfast, potter about, but then I'll get showered, dressed, and then usually around anywhere between 8 and 9 a.m. I'll retire to my corner of the garage and enjoy a bowl of something pretty strong usually. Saturdays and Sundays. And I generally will have another one later in the day. Again, not often of an evening, but mid-afternoon, something like that, I'll have another bowl. Exception to that, again, is related to the Victorian town. And basically, I'll have my pipe on the go 2, maybe 3 times a day, actually, depending how busy we are and how much we've got going on. I do enjoy smoking the pipe there. And because we're generally outdoors, or at least as outdoors as, we're not in a building, it's far easier to do it, and I enjoy doing it. So I hope that answers your question, Ed. So the next one is for Kilted Piper Steve and Miss Kathy. And they're celebrating their 300 sub milestone. So congratulations to you both. They're a lovely couple. They really are. I'm sure you all know them well now. I've managed to drop into a couple of the lives they do on a Sunday. So yeah, well done with that. I see that's gone from strength to strength. So they ask, who inspires us? Now, as I've grown up, many people have inspired me. My parents, they inspire us all, don't they, to a degree. My grandparents as well. But the, people that have inspired me the most, I think, especially as an adult, is my 3 daughters. So Abby, the youngest, Sophie, the middle one, and Emma, the eldest. When I first met my good lady, she'd already got 2 daughters. So the 2 older ones are my stepdaughters, but that's not how I consider them. And I think most step-parents wouldn't consider their stepchildren as stepchildren. They are my daughters. So they took me to heart very quickly, and that inspired me to be far more sensible, if nothing else. Certainly far more loving, I think. And then Abby came along, who is sort of my biological daughter. And so I've grown up with her, obviously, from a dot to the, almost 16-year-old that she is now. And those kids have kept me grounded. They've certainly been an inspiration for me in terms of being a good parent, a good dad. And although we've not seen eye to eye on occasion, it happens, they've definitely inspired me to be a really good person. Emma, the eldest especially, she's always been into her history, and she actually worked at the Victorian town long before I got involved. But seeing what goes on there, and we used to visit a lot, that's really what gave me the kick up the backside to think, you know what, I think I'd really enjoy doing this. And as you all know, well now, that I really do enjoy doing that. So yes, Emma was definitely an inspiration for that one. So on to the next one, and this is for Flat Cat Piper and Lady Fire. Now they're celebrating their 1,000 sub milestone, so a very big well done to you both. No surprise though, again, beautiful couple. They work really well together. Real good variety of content, cooking stuff as well, which I'm not the best of cooks, but I am very much impressed with some of the dishes that Lady Fire cooks up. But yes, they've got a series of questions for theirs, so I'll run through those now. So the question number 1 was, how did you choose your YouTube name? If you've ever seen my introduction video, I had my phone in my pocket at the Victorian town, and I thought, I've been watching the YTPC and pipe videos on YouTube for quite some time. And I thought, you know what, why not just give it a go? People watch, people won't watch. As it turns out, you all do watch, and you've all become very good friends. But it was chosen on the spur of the moment. Lots of channels were the something Piper, and I thought, well, Victorian Piper. It was thought up on a whim, spur of the moment, and I'm quite glad it did. I like the name, so that's how I got that. Next one was, where are you from and where do you live now? So originally I am from Birmingham, England, a big industrial town back in the day. Obviously famous for its jewellery, and it's one of the only 3 places in England that were one of the hallmarking houses. What else goes on in Birmingham? It's the home of heavy metal, something I'm very proud of. There's just no end of things. Oh, and more recently, obviously, probably everybody outside of the UK probably thinks it's obviously the Peaky Blinders. That's probably the thing they associate with Birmingham. But now I live in a place called Telford in Shropshire, which is a much more rural area. It's to the west of Birmingham and butts up against the border with Wales. it's an absolutely beautiful county, as you may have seen on a couple of my videos. And obviously it's the homes of my Victorian town. So somewhere I really do love living. I do occasionally miss the city of Birmingham. It's a big sort of metropolitan city. But I prefer this rural life, I think. So that's that one. Next one was, when did you first smoke a pipe or start a pipe? That's an easy one for me. That was December of 2019. So again, I've just pretty much had my 1 year pipe smoking anniversary. Hopefully many, many more years to come. What do we look forward to in our pipe journey? Well, I've got a fairly decent collection of pipes up here and a drawer of various tobaccos down there you can't quite see. So I've tried lots of, again, pipes and tobaccos. So I think what I'm looking forward to most is getting out and meeting people. My first year was predominantly obviously through 2020 and lockdown and all the restrictions and the rest of it. So although I did get to meet Badger Ash, Phil, that's the only person I managed to meet. The UK Pipe Show that I was very much looking forward to last year was cancelled, and unfortunately it's been cancelled again this year. But I'm hoping at some point when restrictions lift, I can get out and meet some of the new friends I've made on here. That's what I'm looking forward to. And the last one is videos, YouTube videos. What do you watch that's not pipe related? Now, I spend a lot of time watching YouTube, if I'm honest. Obviously a lot of time watching YTPC folks out there. But I also watch a lot of video game channels and motorcycle channels, which are my two other main interests, if you like. So there's quite a lot of, well, there's hundreds of channels for both video games and motorcycles. So yeah, that's what I tend to watch. Excuse me. So that completes your 5 questions. I hope that does for you. So that was all the VLs I was going to do, but there is an honourable mention, and that's for our good friend Dallas, full Dottle. He's also got a gore running at the minute, but his is US only based. So I have actually answered the question he asked, which was your worst job and why, in the comment section of that. But for those of you obviously in the US, and I think he's extended it to Canada, I think, go check that out and drop him a VR for that, and that's another gore you've got a chance of winning. So just to say, like I say, congratulations to you all on your milestones. It's very well done. Hopefully I'll get to making videos again soon. We're this close to the Victorian town reopening. It's only about 2-3 weeks away, so with luck I can get back there and make some more content of my own, and hopefully my work calms down and I get the time to do it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Ta-da.